God.
So we are past the quarterway mark. Just to remind you, this is a relaxed performance. That means that there won't be any loud sudden noises. If you need to leave at any point to go to the loo or something like that, you're more than welcome to head out and then come back in at any point in the hour. There's a relaxed attitude to sound and movement from the audience for the benefit of people who would struggle to stay still or silent for an hour. And the lights also will stay like this. We've had a couple of brief issues with the hotel's lights this morning. If they flicker out, don't worry, we are on it and it will be back to normal within like 20 seconds. I think none of you look like you need hearing loop headsets or anything. If you did need anything like that, my name's Chloe, I'm the stage manager. I'll just be over there. Give me a wave if you need anything. And I will pass you over to Alex, who is our games master for this hour.
Hello! Thank you so much. Yes, as Chloe said, my name is Alex, and I will be your games master for the next hour. What is this? Well, welcome to Adventurers Wanted. Adventurers Wanted is a tabletop role-playing game. For what that means is, each person here around this table has their own unique character that they control. I, as the games master, will play the rest of the world. I will describe places, people, things that they encounter. I will tell them things that happen, and they will make suggestions as to the things that they would like to do. Sometimes we will roll dice to see whether they succeed with magnificence or fail with usual hilarity. All of our players are crew members on board a ship known as the Spirit of the Horizon, which on a recent mission was unexpectedly and magically transported to a completely new and unknown world. Now the crew have to figure out how to get home, whether that's by fighting monsters, exploring islands, finding new allies, or by some other means as yet unknown. Most recently, they found themselves on a diplomatic mission after many missions of violence and anger. They find themselves in the land of Rastul, where an ancient war is raging between two sides. The Komodo, a lizard-like people, 5 foot tall, and the Katafu, who are much taller, thick-skinned, long, flowing black hair. They have met with both sides, discussed with the leaders, and explained that they are here on a mission of peace and reconciliation. The war continues around them, and although both sides are tentatively interested in a peace deal, neither side yet trusts the other. As part of their ongoing investigation into what is around, they made their way into what appeared from the outside to be a small mesa, a raised, flat-topped rock. As they got closer to it, and within it, they found this was in fact a magical illusion, and inside was this strange copse of wood and filled with explosive and dangerous magical traps. One of the characters was briefly turned into a minotaur, and they had a short scuffle with a group of skeletons before they entered into a strange stone temple building, very small, within which they met an old Komodo, an older lizard man, who had just introduced himself as Cleric Lorenz. And that is where we're going to pick up the story. Before we do so, I'm going to quickly go around the table and I'm going to ask each player to introduce themselves, the name of their character, what their character does, and a thing about them that makes them stand out. A thing that would mean that other people on board this ship would know who they are or what their role was, and how they could be sort of identified. I'm going to start on my left over here.
Hello, my name's Reese, and I'll be playing Galbert Twinkletoes, the halfling monk. Galbert was recently a cleaner aboard the Spirit of the Horizon, but has somehow found himself in the position of quartermaster through friendship, the power of friendship, and has, in his time, discovered a stowaway who he has a rather interesting relationship with, and I'll pass on.
Hi, I'm Chaz, and I'll be playing Golan Height, who is the captain of the Spirit of the Horizon. awkward stepdad to his crew, violent alcoholic to his enemies. Recently been turned into a minotaur for 15 minutes, still shaking off that. And he also has a pet griffin called Chansey.
Oh.
Hi, I'm Florence, but I'm playing Aya, a human rogue. She was a stowaway on the ship, escaping some enemies in her port town. She hid in a cupboard where she found Twinkletoes' diary. She read all of it, so she knows some things you would rather.
She knows too much.
But I had to make myself known, and I have now been recruited to be the chief scout, rather reluctantly for her part, but she's seeing where it goes.
Who am I? Do I make it up?
Yeah.
Right. My name is Stoneface.
Yeah, good.
Nice.
Like it.
I am a halfling rogue.
Yep.
Am I a crew member?
Yes.
I am a crew member?
Yeah.
Fantastic. I am a crew member who has run away on the ship to escape various secrets in the past, and I'm quite glad that I found myself in a new land because it means that those won't catch up with me.
Have a fresh slate. Wonderful.
Yes.
Have you made yourself known to other people on board the ship? In what way would you have done that?
So I would say my past life, I'm channeling a bit of Game of Thrones. In my past life I have killed accidentally. I accidentally killed both my parents accidentally when I accidentally set a house on fire. So I want to run away from that. However, my kind of pyromaniacal tendencies have been noticed by you, by Aya, and we had a kind of discussion about this. I'm a little bit wary of her because she knows enough about me that I might be put in prison for a long time.
She knows too much. Turns out
I know too much in general.
you are
Do
the
you?
keeper of
Okay.
secrets.
I dole them out when needed,
Wonderful.
or just to make a point, intimidate a certain someone.
At this point, we leap back into the adventure. You find yourselves within the this strange stone temple shrine. It's about 20 foot by 20 foot wide. In the centre of it is a small plinth, currently empty, and below that is a trapdoor, a wooden trapdoor, which is open. Around the sides of the walls, there are these strange carvings, and if you investigate them slightly closer, you see that they show long lines of people. There's a lot of there's a lot of strange and odd occurrences in these pictures, and alongside that you see just random kind of geometric shapes, except the closer that you look at them, the less sense they make. Our three members, or rather our four members of the party who made their way into here, are stood in the centre of it, and Galbert, Golan, and Aya, you feel that strange magical tingle which keeps happening. And where before Barry, your wizard,
Barry Blue Jeans
was stood leaning against the door jamb, you see he's surrounded by this mystical golden energy, and there's that tang in the mouth, and he's gone, and in his place stands Stoneface. What were you doing immediately before on the ship? What were you doing right before this moment happened?
I was stealing an apple from the ship's larder.
Had you successfully stolen it?
I had. Just
So
had it in my
you
hand.
appear, and you're reaching out, and there's just an apple in your
Yeah.
hand, and then suddenly you find yourself in this room
Yeah, it's a bit awkward.
with the captain,
Oh God. Hi.
Aya, and Galbert, who is the quartermaster.
Oh right. God.
So,
It appears she.
You're also grabbing onto a lizard man.
Oh
as
yeah,
well.
you're right.
so we're leading on the lizard man.
Great.
Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough.
The lizard man himself, Cleric Lawzenz, says, he's sort of hunched there, deflated. You've grabbed hold of his robes, and his most recent thing that he'd said to you was, "Well, I suppose you better come further inside." You're holding on to him. He can't do anything unless you let him.
All right. Where are we going? Through the trapdoor and down the stairs?
That's where the living area is.
All right, well, let's go. Stoneface, I guess you're a part of this now. Come on.
I just sort of glance a knowing look at Stoneface.
I try really, really hard to pretend that this apple has just been part of me for about 2 years.
Yeah. He makes his way down the steps, and there's just a wooden steps into a room below. And it's almost identical to the one above, except this one is slightly bigger. Whereas above it was 20 foot by 20 foot, this one feels like it's about 30 foot by 30 foot. Otherwise, empty, clear. In the corner, you see some chairs, a small chest, a small cot, and various piles of fabrics or clothing. Roll a perception check, everybody.
So roll the d20.
That?
No, that's a 12.
This one. Got it.
Okay. And then whatever you get, you add 1.
Great.
19.
19.
2.
21.
That's a
Woo!
crit.
Halfling
Oh, no,
power.
sorry, it's a crit fail. It's a crit fail, sorry.
21.
21.
I go momentarily blind.
You're the last one down the hatch. So you're keeping an eye out in the room above. Everyone else, you look around and you see what you are expecting in here is, this has a sort of musty smell. You get the sense that this guy definitely lives in here. This is his main place of residence. There are small pieces of scroll work here and there, a couple of musty old books in the corner, but nothing particularly exciting. Further over, towards the corner of one of the corners of the room, you see another trapdoor of a similar size and make to the other one. This one is shut.
Okay.
Is he heading in the direction of the other trapdoor?
No. He goes over and he sits down on the edge of his cot, and he says, "Well, this is the inside. I cannot open this trapdoor."
Why not?
Can I insight that?
Yeah. Halfling luck.
It's not with a 3, sadly, but that's 7.
He seems honest.
Why can't you open the trapdoor?
I do not know. Seems wedged shut.
Is the tablet through there?
And he looks down and he says, "Many people have talked of this tablet. I hear conversations as I travel through both the cities. They are desperate to find it. But they have never seen it. None of us have. It's only a silly old rumor forced to make these people fight each other."
Aye, but maybe some rumors must have a seed of truth. How long has this war been going on for? It must have started somewhere.
He looks up at you and he says, "This war has been waging for longer than anyone alive can remember. There are stories, rumors of how it started. Many believe that this place, this temple we are in, is the cause of the trouble. You've seen the land beyond, yes?
Yes.
Yes.
You remember that the battlefield where everything was waged is kind of parched, and it's grey and dark, and the land itself looks sick. And he says, "There are stories that this temple has caused a sickness within the land. I have investigated it as far as I can, but I do not know how large it is." And he points to another corner, and underneath the cot, there there is a second trapdoor. And he says, I have opened this one. Beyond is just a small chamber. I cannot go any further. I do not know what is under the other one.
Right, I've had about enough of this, and I go over to the other trapdoor that he said was wedged.
Roll a strength check, please.
He's very strong.
That was a 5.
Not on those goes.
It's wedged pretty shut.
I would like to rage and try again.
Okay.
This damn trapdoor.
How many times have you raged today?
This will be my second, actually. Which brings me down.
Didn't you rage? Oh no, because we slept. Yeah.
Because we slept, yeah.
Yep. Cool.
Which gives me an advantage on this next one.
Yep.
Good, because that was a 10. Oh, that's better. That's a 21.
You reach down and you grab hold of the metal ring that's holding the trapdoor, and you strong, and you feel a slight give and a little dusty, and the trapdoor swings open.
Good job, Captain.
There you go.
What do you do next?
Well, I'd probably end my rage.
Go over and peer through.
You peer through. Do you have dark vision?
No.
Beyond is dark.
Okay.
You see only what is immediately below you, which is just a dusty grey stone floor.
Okay.
Have you got a torch?
The cleric.
Yeah.
He sat on the bed and he's quite surprised that you've managed to crack open this thing that he's been trying to get open for a while. And he sort of says, and he sort of goes into the corner of the room and starts shuffling through all of his stuff and pulling it, and he sort of pulls bits out and moves them to the side, and he holds up what is sort of, it's kind of like a small, it's like a quarter of what is left of a torch, like.
Can't we just break apart his bed and take the wood from that and light it and then go in there?
You are cold-hearted.
He shoots you a sort of
Stone
scared, but angered look.
It's fine. I've got some torches with me.
Well, as always, lead the way, Captain.
You drop creepy exploring music. Yes,
Yeah.
please.
All right, Chauncey, stay close.
You look down through the hole in the trapdoor, and you reckon that the floor below is probably about 20 foot below you.
20 foot below me. As in, like, just a drop.
Just a straight drop. No
Oh,
step.
easy.
I've got a little bit of rope with me from the villa. How long is it?
Maybe it was more like a curtain tie.
Okay. Cool.
So yeah, maybe sort of
Not really much
6 foot, maybe like not much.
Well, you'll be fine, Chauncey. You can fly. I'm just gonna if someone could take that, I'm just gonna.
I jump straight down and
Galbert.
use my monk ability to just like gently off the walls, reducing my foliage damage by 21.
Do you look to see whether there are any walls before you do that?
Nope.
Okay, so Galbert leaps down into the hole. As he leaps down into the hole to put his foot out to bounce off the wall, he realises that this trapdoor is probably about 15 foot away from the wall. And therefore he just falls and lands on the ground 20 feet below.
That's
no
D6.
good.
Takes 6 falling damage. 6 bludgeoning damage from landing on the floor.
I'm just gonna awkwardly lower myself, and then hop off.
And then drop. Roll me a dexterity saving throw.
Yeah, I thought that might be the case. Oh no, that's not good. That's 8.
You land, slightly twisting your ankle, and take 3 bludgeoning damage.
Ah, damn it!
Cleric, you wouldn't happen to have any rope?
He once again goes through his stuff, and he pulls out a piece of rope, maybe 30 foot long.
How strong are you?
Not very strong
Not very
at all. I'm
strong
-1
at all.
strong.
Is there something we can tie this into?
We can tie it off the cot, can't we?
Yeah, but the cot will just go.
It's bolted to the floor, is it? A free moving cot?
It's just a wooden bed. Wooden bed frame.
What if we tie it to
It's quite sturdy.
What if we
You can
tie it
certainly
to
try
the ring of the other trapdoor?
Oh, that's a good idea.
Let's do that.
Okay, let's do that.
Okay. I'll allow it.
Right.
It's just close enough. You tie off the rope to the ring of the other trapdoor, and then you sort of pull the rope across and drop it down the hole. It doesn't go all the way to the floor. It goes down maybe halfway. So it's sort of halfway down and then a 10.
But then that's 10 foot. Yeah, I'm
10
quite.
foot we can do with 10 foot.
Yeah,
That's better than.
we're two rogues. We're quite dexterous.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna drop from that height.
Cool. Dexterity saving throw.
11.
Yep.
Yeah.
And Stoneface?
I'm going to do the same thing. And then can I ask Cleric to 20?
Oh, nat 20.
Success.
Great. So can I then ask Cleric to untie the rope and drop it down after us, just in case we need it?
Yeah?
No. But
No,
what
we
if
don't
we
want
need to? How do we climb back up?
Oh, that's a really good idea. Yeah, okay, fine.
Leave it.
Potentially not.
He sort of goes, yeah, and starts to move off to go and get the rope, and
It's okay. It's okay.
and he sort of peers over the side. He's like, yes, I did wonder.
Right, time to solve a mystery. Chance, are you coming?
Chauncey comes up, perches right on the edge of it, looks down into the darkness below, and just goes.
Oh, Chancey,
Now
it's
again.
not that scary. You can see in the dark. Come on.
Roll animal handling.
That is a 14.
Oh, his pet griffin. Yeah. Was that knowledge?
Chauncey begrudgingly hops
baby.
down and lands heavily on your shoulder.
No.
He's his mama.
Right, so
I
you
know
can't
it's
fly,
not very
so you can't
nice, but
fly.
we're going to get through it
Chauncey.
together. It's fine. Mama's here.
Look.
Mama's here, Chauncey.
You find you have a torch now, yes?
Yes.
You find yourself in a large chamber. It's 20 foot high, maybe 40 foot wide, and 50 feet long. Quite in the corner, but towards the far end of it, there is a large set of stone dais raised steps, and on top of it sits a large circular column. Roll perception.
21.
8.
14.
8.
21. Galbert, you spot on the top of the pedestal a tiny piece of stone.
Does it look like something familiar?
You would have to get closer to it to discover.
I will make my way forward.
How would you like to move forward?
Stealthily.
Roll stealth.
You are rolling like an idiot today.
I am not on my game. That is a grand total of 10.
You move forward slowly, carefully, gently. And you find yourself by the pedestal.
Okay. Can I reach the stone thing? Whatever it may be.
You reach out in front of you. Put your hand over the top of it. And you grasp it.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing happens.
Oh!
Great.
Is it
You've Indiana
what
Jones
I-
us all.
what I think it is?
Investigation.
What was the matter with you?
3.
As you look at it, it appears to be completely blank.
What have you found?
It's just a piece of rock.
It's just a piece of rock. You wouldn't just put a random piece of rock in the middle of a room. Like, show me the rock.
He
I bring
walks
the rock
over
over.
to you, and he hands the rock out to you. Roll investigation.
That's a 9. A little bit better.
As he hands the rock out to you, he puts it in your hand, and you look at it, and this side is
Yeah.
covered in inscriptions.
God damn it, Galbert.
So this is a plain piece of rock showing the non-writing side. Sometimes it's good to see things from every angle, Galvin.
Well, sometimes when you have a low perspective on the world, it's hard.
We shall agree.
The rogues in the room, just roll me perception checks, please.
7.
3.
And massively
Oh no,
tempting.
crit. That's a crit.
Falls
fail.
across
oh,
the
no.
land.
Yeah, if you get 1, it's a crit. No, that means.
And massively
that just
tempting
means you
fate. I
fail
would
no
like
matter
to
what
say
happens.
this out
Okay.
loud.
Oh, she
Well,
has halfling
that
luck.
was
If
easy.
I roll on any d20 roll, it's the same everybody's check. You can re-roll and must take the second result.
It's halfling
yeah.
luck. If she rolls a critical failure, she can
I'm
re-roll
lucky
it.
because I can roll
sorry.
again.
Yeah, she's a half. Yeah,
Yeah,
halfling.
yeah.
Okay, so that's a little bit better.
9.
Yeah, perception, 9.
In the corners of the rooms, tucked away in the dark, you can see slumped figures. They wear similar cowls and capes to what you saw the cleric wear. Do you investigate?
Me?
Either of you?
Yes.
Well, I don't know this has happened.
Can I investigate stealthily?
You can indeed. Roll
I do
stealth.
that? 22.
Cool. You make your way up, moving through the shadows, closer and closer to a couple of these. Roll me an investigation check, please.
Yeah. Same thing.
3.
No, crit fail. Sorry. Oh no, so you can try again.
I can try again because I'm lucky. This is great.
Yeah.
8.
As you get in closer and you look and peer beneath the cowl hood, all you see is just a skeleton.
Okay.
God, I didn't.
It's slumped. It looks like it's been dead for quite a long time.
Oh.
Oh.
Do you
That-
relay
that
any of this
doesn't
information?
Bode well. Yes, I turn around and shout to you guys and go, people, I think you should see this. And show them these. How many skeletons are there?
I mean, I just can't believe how easy this was.
Like,
This feels
There is no way this is going to backfire. I can't even perceive a
As
way.
you look around the edges of the room, you see maybe 15 sort of slumped
15
skeletons in each
skeletons.
corner.
I have a weird
Um,
feeling about this.
How many?
we did
so
not
we
when
all
have
see
a
all this
good
calls
stuff.
is
experience with
over.
skeletons the last
Did you
time
not?
we met
Okay,
them.
right.
when she
Skeletons, eh? I think it's time we left.
As you say that, above your heads, through the trapdoor, you hear voices. And you hear the sound of a booming voice that comes in. He says, Cleric? Cleric? The pathway was clear. Are you alone? Roll insight. Yeah.
Come on. No, damn it.
Nat
Yes.
20.
11.
22.
2. 20 and 22. You recognise this voice immediately as the voice of the young Katafu, who you met in the town, who'd been hiding out in his room playing guitar whilst his potion of alter self was wearing off. He enters into the room above. At the same time as that, you hear a new voice. A voice that none of you have heard before. A soft female voice. Leo?
What a reveal, by the way.
In the room above, the cleric is talking to this man, or this large Katafu man, and a smaller Komodo woman.
Oh, for God's sake, it's Romeo and Juliet. Oh.
Yeah, as soon as it was like the capsulettes, I was like, and who? The Monteclus? I mean,
The Montago, actually. Above your heads, you hear this conversation. Oh, thank God! Thank God you're okay.
Rom, my love.
Yes, Julesy.
I was scared when I did not initially see you. The pathway was clear here.
I'm coming back up the rope, by the way. With the tablet.
Yeah. He grabs hold of Chelsea and he goes into for an embrace and he says, I feared when the explosion went off. I did not know who had anything to do with it. I worried for you that you would think that I had been caught up in.
My first thought was that the battle had led itself here. that our people had destroyed our place.
What do you know of this attack? What? We found no reason for. Who caused this attack?
The hatch is open. Cleric, who else is here?
At that point, Golan appears over the edge of the hatch.
Right then. I think I'd like an explanation. Looking at you, Rom.
Rom is surprised to find you here, and he starts and he goes to sort of.
Don't lie to me, because I've been a Minotaur today and I'm still feeling very gory.
He stands beside the Komodo and he says, "You know the truth. This is." And he gesticulates to Julesy beside him and says, "Julesy and I have been using this space as a..."
Oh my god, his name's even Rom, for God's sake.
Rom and Julesy.
Why did I not see this?
This has been staring you in the face.
Two sides of war.
This has been where we have been hiding, and we've used this place to talk and discuss and meet. Cleric Lawrence has been here. Lawrence has been here.
I just got that too.
He even killed her cousin.
You all went to school in Britain.
He has been here helping us, guiding us, and trying to help us learn more of the history of this land and what has brought our two sides into conflict.
Right, well.
We have been searching through books and trying to learn more, and at this point he looks to Julesy as if to be like, you're the smart one, you understand how this all works.
Now, obviously, we don't want this conflict to continue, or our love will be forever doomed.
Well, we've made some progress in that, and I hand the note from the... because I've still got it.
The Komodo lady...
Yeah.
What's it say?
It basically says, these people are on our side, we want to entreat to start a discussion and to engage in the possibility of peace talks.
This is... Do you know how big this is?
Yes, I know, and this attack, this recent attack might ruin the entire thing. Do you know what could have caused this attack?
Rom has no idea.
Okay, Julesy does. And she tries to shoot a look at Rom like, come on. Think about the conversations we've had.
Was it party?
And I pull out the necklace that I also have.
Where did you get... I know where you got that. I would return it to my mother.
Yes.
My aunt is rash. And she was always looking for a weapon to end this war and not a way to broker peace.
Yes.
I fear she... You brought something to her.
I didn't bring anything to anyone. It was stolen from me.
I mean, that's a fair point.
And I will find the perpetrator, and I will either, and this is very important, I will either hand them over to you so that you can do justice to them, or if you'd like me to deal justice, I will fire them out of the cannon of my ship.
At this point, Rom looks to Julesy and says, if they have that, and given the destruction that we saw around it, I fear that justice may already have been served. Kataruba may have punished her with great storms of anger.
Kataruba, yes, but also Mahakirigo. Yesterday was the feast of the dragon. She missed that to go and steal something from her ship. Of course it was going to end badly.
Well, then both the gods have conspired to seal her doom.
Yes.
So can we just take this tablet and go?
Who's that? Oh God, you're right behind me.
Sorry. Young love.
What's on the tablet? So they're scribblings, but can we read them? They're markings? What's the...
We can't read it, but we have 2 more of these back at the ship.
Oh, right.
Well, I think the idea is once they piece them all together, we can return her.
We actually have a code word for the tablet pieces, so we don't talk about them. MacGuffin.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Cool.
Galbert's nose
Is this the
starts
first
to
time
bleed.
that you've shown that you have the piece of the tablet?
No. I still haven't shown it. Someone's just mentioned the tablet.
You mentioned that you have the tablet.
so-
At that
I
point-
have the tablet on me.
At that point, both pairs of eyes turn and look directly at you, and they say, "Tablet? You found it."
Where was it?
It was in the middle of that crater.
I knew it would be down there. I distinctly remember telling you this.
It seemed unlikely.
I'm just still looking across the Oregon.
So, one side can take the tablet, and we can bring an end to this war by enforcing peace across the whole land.
The only way you...
Think, Rom, if my father were to have the tablet, would your father allow that?
Well, no, and he goes into a deep think. Thought is
Listen.
not his strong point. He does okay though.
Listen, we've set the foundations for the start of peace talks. You two have to ensure that these talks go smoothly. Cleric, do you have any sleeping drafts of any kind?
Can I make a little suggestion?
Yes.
Why don't you give it to her? She sneak out while they're not looking with the tablet.
I'm
We'll meet
pretty
you
damn
outside.
stealthy.
I'll just literally just hold it behind my back for stone face to
Yeah, I've
ground.
got sleight of hand. Well, so I can...
Roll a sleight of hand check.
Yeah. 23.
Nice.
We need more from you, Julesy says. There's no way we're going to get our 2 fathers in the room together.
While this is all happening, I'm just inching my way to the door.
Do your fathers love you both?
My father loves me and his father loves him.
Well, what if you
Do both our fathers love both of us? No.
Oh, well, well, how about you, just spitballing here, might be the first time anyone's come up with this idea. What about you two feign suicide? Leaving a note saying I can't live in a war-torn world, and then their grief will drive them together to make peace, and then you could do a sort of grand reveal, and nothing will go wrong.
That sounds like a stupid idea.
There are lots of moving parts in that idea.
So
I do not
much
like
could
the
go
idea.
wrong. No.
I mean, if just one scroll goes astray, the whole thing's done. Yeah.
If I may make a suggestion, why don't you both bring your fathers here? We lock the door and begin conversation.
And the
We'll
way
take some convincing.
you can lure your fathers here is by saying you found the tablet. Which actually isn't here because we've checked.
Yeah, no, it was in that crater.
Absolutely not here.
Roll deception. Roll deception.
Oh, I got away with it? Okay.
You didn't say anything.
Oh, I just said the tablet, which is absolutely not here.
11.
All my research would point to it being here. Are you sure you didn't find it down?
I think it was what it always was, just a myth, a fairy story.
Why don't you go have a look? Because we managed to open this trap door, which the cleric wasn't open.
She goes over to the hatch, looks down. Ron, why don't you have a look?
Rom looks down inside. It's blank, empty, doesn't see anything. At this point, Cleric Lawrence, whatever you want to call him, Brother Lawrence, speaks, and he says, perhaps there is another way entirely. These two sides have fought over this tablet for too long. It has caused great trouble on this land. Myself and the members who have tried to keep this secret have perished. And I am the last of our sect. Perhaps the answer to this problem lies in the removal of the tablet from this land. It's just a suggestion.
No,
And he turns to Rom and Josie and he says, perhaps neither side should have the tablet.
Oh,
What a good
neither
idea.
side should definitely not have the tablet.
Yes, I think that's a good idea. Don't you? I think that's
Fantastic
I think we could all go for that.
If only we knew where it was.
By this point, I'm out the door. Like, I've been chatting for a long time.
Yeah, she's gone.
Into the forest.
I pocketed it, yeah, I'm in the forest now.
Oh no.
So where have you gone? Are you waiting outside for us? Have you bolted?
I decided to wait next to the door, but hide behind the trees and eavesdrop upon people as they come.
Hide behind the.
I don't know what's outside. What's
Cool.
outside?
Well, that's
Can
fine.
I climb a tree? I'm going to hide in a tree.
No, that's what she said.
We didn't want her!
As you go to grab onto the trees, they're quite brittle, the
Are
tiny little
they?
branches, and
Right.
the branches break a bit.
I've
and
got-
this thick, milky sap comes out.
I've got acrobatics. Does that
No,
help
no,
me?
It helps you climb the tree, but it
Okay.
doesn't help you in any way. Roll an acrobatics.
Right, 16.
Yeah, you managed to scale the tree, but in doing so, you managed to graze 5 of the branches that break.
Right.
And they sort of stick onto your skin,
Oh, cool.
and this long tendril-like milky sap leads in a fine gossamer thread between you and the tree branch that you broke. As you get up into the trees, I would like you to roll me a Constitution saving throw.
What the hell is that?
So
So-
do a d20.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you're +0. So
I don't think I'm going to survive this. I don't know what it is.
As you get up into the tree and you sort of perch in the position that you would normally perch in to look down over it,
Yeah.
you feel very sleepy.
Oh dear.
And
I'm sorry, mate.
you start to drift off. Can you roll me a dexterity saving throw at disadvantage? So you need to roll the d20
Yep.
twice.
take the lowest score.
7.
7 plus-
No, but dexterity +7.
Oh, so 14.
You tumble gently from the branch that you were sat on,
Great.
but because of the number of these strands that
Yeah.
are off your body, you fall slowly
Right.
as its sort of elastic properties lower
Like a
you to the
bungee
ground.
jump. Okay.
And your body is asleep,
Right.
prone on the floor, outside,
Right next to the
outside
entrance.
the door.
Right. Do I still have the branches and the gossamer threads on me?
Yeah.
I do. Okay. And the tablet's just. No one can see the tablet, by the way. It's inside my jacket.
I think that's a good idea about the tablet, and I'm sure we'll. Should we just put all our cards on the table? No, I don't know.
We found the tablet.
Oh yeah, we found the tablet.
Rom and Josie look incredibly excited and say, "Was it here? It must have been here. Everything said it would be here."
It was here.
It was here. I'm surprised you didn't open that trapdoor earlier.
I mean, it was made of wood. You could have just set it on
I
fire.
know, it's just a couple of tugs.
We assumed it would be at the top. We've only recently moved into this area of the temple. Mostly we've been using the tunnels beneath. You came with me through the tunnel yesterday.
Yes. Oh, that's
Indeed.
Yes.
Well. The important thing is that we found it, and we can take it off-world, if you will. And then I assume, brother, you have a way to reset the booby traps after the parlay is completed, and you can still have your home to yourself.
No.
He nods and he says, "With the war gone, perhaps the traps are no longer required."
Most incredible flora and fauna, by the way. What are they?
I do not know their classification. I'm not a botanist. But I feel that they are in some way cursed plants. I think they have something to do with their proximity to this strange shrine that we find ourselves standing in.
Yes. Well, I suppose before we get rid of it, you'd want to take a look at the tablet just to make sure we're on the level.
He nods his head and he looks down at what he has in his hat, in what you have, and you don't have it.
I don't have it.
And he says,
Oh no, it's not on me. It's on where did
Stoneface.
Yes.
Yeah. I'll go see where she's.
Please do.
Yeah, if you can get her back.
So I
that'd be
head
great.
outside. I see her there.
Yeah.
Feel a slight moment of remorse, but it passes very quickly. As a fellow rogue, I obviously can't see the tablet because you've hidden it.
I've hidden it in my jacket.
So, how covered is she?
She's got like 5, 6 different of these thick strands, clearly drawing her to the plant.
Okay.
As you get outside, you notice that she's prone on the floor, but like she's moving ever so slightly
Oh, that's good.
up, as if
Oh, that's good.
the gooey strands have reached the end, and now they're starting to like potentially pull back in, bringing her with it.
I'm about to be digested.
Thank you.
How high up off the ground is she now?
She's still on the ground, but
Okay.
like it's basically like her shoulders have moved off the ground.
So I sleight of hand her body to try and find all her pockets and stuff to get the tablet.
Roll.
Yeah.
Well, it's not even saving her.
At
No, I'm just chilling.
advantage,
At advantage. Okay, good.
because she's asleep and prone.
15.
Yep. You find in her pocket the piece of the stone tablet.
Great. I take it. That's the that's a
I'll get
small-
myself out of this then.
Sorry, it's my character. It's
No,
okay.
that's
if it was
fair
really
enough.
me, obviously I would save you.
Would you though?
If it was me, what do you think about me?
You have the tablet piece in your hand, and you go back in and presumably you show it to the cleric.
Yeah.
And the cleric sort of looks it in your hand and he says, "That is what the legend said it would be."
Cleric, I guess. Stoneface is caught up in the trees. You can't do anything or something, I guess.
He goes into the corner of the room and he finds inside a small chest a potion, and he sort of mumbles to himself and he says, sort of, "Oh, thank God I've got loads of these. I've had to use them on myself a few times. It's dangerous out there." And he walks outside and he pours over the sleeping rogue this sort of noxious, caustic substance. You do, however, take 6 points of acid damage.
So cross that there and -6.
But that causes the tendrils of the thread to sort of burn off of your skin, and they sort of start to evaporate and become brittle, and then sort of into bits and dust.
Right, well, I guess we should get this back to the ship. Jules and Rom are still here?
They are.
Yeah. You two go gather your fathers, begin this small little deception for the greater good. Little white lie for the greater good. And then hopefully we'll have reached some form of parley. Peace and trade routes, well, with nothing killed but a skeleton. It's a good day.
Rom and Julesy sort of nod to each other, and they have this sense of purpose and duty. And they look like they are about to hatch some form of plan, to which you are not a party.
Insight?
Roll an insight check, quickly.
12.
15.
9.
They're going to make this piece work, and they're going to make sure that the thing that makes this piece work is them, and the strength of their relationship.
Lovely.
Oh my
And on that
gosh.
soppy note, I'm going to bring this hour to an end.
Well done.
Thank you for coming, thank you for playing. We're doing this from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m, 5 p.m. to 10 p.m. every day for the Fringe. We're also live streaming it on twitch.tv/adventurerswanted and live tweeting at adventurers250. And I swear that some of them they're not all taken from faintly familiar tales of Storytellers that might ring a bell.
Yes, they are.
I'm just going to throw to a couple of people here to plug some Edinburgh shows very quickly that they're working on.
That's correct, yes. I am in a sketch comedy double act. We are called Dirty White Boys. Our show at the Fringe this year is called Stupid. It's quite a good summation of its content. It is a very fast-paced, sort of two Ronnie's Morecambe and Wise style sketch show, very, very silly. We're on every day at Just the Tonic at the Caves, which is on Calgate, at 9:20 p.m. It's a pay what you want show, so it's free to get in, or £5 to reserve a seat, or because it's a 2-for-1 day, if you want to buddy up, £2.50 to reserve a seat. There you go. Well, I've got some flyers on the chair on the corner. Please grab one on your way out. It'd be lovely to have you.
I'm doing two things. I'm in Agony Encores of Science, where we solve people's everyday problems with science. We are real scientists. It is free. It is every day at Barbados on Cowgate at 9:15. I'm also putting on the Vagina Museum's first ever art exhibition at Woodland Creatures on Leith Walk. We're running two events, a poetry night on the 15th at 6 p.m. and a comedy night on the 22nd at 6 p.m. And there are flyers over there.
Thank you very much for coming. We've now got to get out so that Avocado can get in, but thank you very much. Have a lovely day.
Oh, well done. I felt a twinge like I should have helped you.
No,
I think my